Hey everyone. Thank you for listening to the Three Broke Dudes podcast. As always, we greatly appreciate your love and support, and we thank you for tuning in each week. This week I wanted to start off on a serious note. As most of you know about the current situation in Minneapolis, I wanted to show our support for George Floyd's family and the movement surrounding his heinous murder. In the description there's a link to the petition on change.org to gain awareness as well as the attention of Mayor Jacob Frey and DA Mike Freeman to have the officers involved reprimanded and formally charged. Together our voices can be heard and you can help make a difference. Thank you guys. Enjoy the episode.
Broke as shit, broke as shit, broke as shit, I'm broke as shit, broke as shit, broke as shit, broke as shit, I'm broke as shit, broke as shit, broke as shit, broke as shit, I'm broke as shit, broke as shit, broke as shit, broke as shit, I'm broke as shit.
Pour some sugar on me. In the name of love, I'm hot, sticky, sweet. From my head to my feet, yeah.
Tristan just gets a new mic and he doesn't know how to
Can't
act.
stop. He's done. That's it.
Did you stop it? Is that the episode?
Yeah, I think that's good, guys. Let's wrap it
Alright.
up. Thank you guys for watching. Leave a comment. Leave an
We're
iTunes
actually
review.
retiring.
Real quick before we get into
actually
anything, everybody, if you could please leave a review on Apple, the podcast app. Leave a review, write a comment. We'll shout you out next time. We did get reviews like we asked for last time, but nobody left comments, so we can't shout you out unless we know who left the reviews. If you could do that, that'd be
There's
awesome.
a few comments there
I don't
on the YouTube video.
on the YouTube
No,
video. We're
on-
talking about
on-
podcast.
Yeah,
Oh,
Apple
okay.
Podcast.
Yeah.
Apple Podcasts.
No, so on Apple Podcasts, there's absolutely no comments. Comments on YouTube, try and make us laugh. If it's funny, we're gonna absolutely shout it out.
Hell
But
yeah.
nobody's been funny yet. Nobody's actually funny. So
Including Tristan.
right, especially Tristan. We promise we're not gonna talk about Disney this time. Because we've already
Yeah, that was
established Tristan's
offensive.
wrong. So Elijah, did you have
That was
anything?
a sensitive subject
We
for
were-
Tristan.
We were talking about Elon Musk a second ago.
Yeah, so before we started recording, we were talking about Elon Musk, and I was talking about how apparently he's South African, which is an interesting fact to me, but he's not African American, which is an
Weird.
even more interesting. It's weird to me to differentiate the two, but one, is racial, and one is just locational, where you're born.
Let's preface that statement that if it came out of my mouth, we might get some comments. But Elijah,
If it comes out of your mouth,
Elijah, are you white?
almost like it. I'm half white.
Okay,
This is me coming out of the closet
okay,
to the world.
okay,
No, so I'm biracial, but
okay. Logic.
we were on the. Okay, I'm gonna go on a tangent. I'm gonna go on a
I
tangent,
don't want to
dude.
be alive. I don't want to be alive.
That's not how it goes
I'm
at
gonna go on
all.
a tangent. There was a
I feel that every day, Logic.
a vlog with Logic's new his new tour, and he made a biracial joke because he knows that that's just a meme about him. And I was like, there's a great power that comes with like self-awareness that
Yeah.
people just make fun of you, but it's
Mhm.
also so overused. I think it's actually hurting him by being self-aware.
Oh, he put it in his song, didn't he?
Yeah, he put in multiple songs.
He puts it in multiple songs, yeah.
He's feeding so much into the meme that it's actually worse now.
The one time,
It's-
the one time that Logic has ever immediately gotten that he shouldn't do something was when in the song Keanu Reeves, he says, "Unless I'm playing Fortnite."
oh yeah,
And he
he
thought
was
it'd be
"I
like
should
really
never bring
cool.
that up again."
Yeah, he thought it was like really cool. He's like, "Yo, I'm talking about Fortnite, and like Fortnite's hype right now." And like he played with Ninja at one point, but then like everybody collectively in hip hop was just like, "Don't ever do that again." Mention literally anything else, but I swear to God, like
Oh,
you know how
Logic
Logic is
makes me sad,
biracial,
dude.
but like he looks very white.
yeah, like me.
I wanted him when he mentioned Fortnite. I wanted the hip hop community, like any African American
God.
rapper, to just be like, "You can't. You're not. Now you are white, dude." Like
No,
it eliminated
you
all
lost.
genes, man.
You lost.
He's not a
it.
rapper anymore.
He's not a rapper anymore.
He's a
not.
poet. That's
Oh man. but originally I was talking about Elon Musk here, and you know what? Side note, I'd rather hear Elon Musk come out with a rap, I think, now than Logic.
He does.
Does he?
He has a
Don't play
SoundCloud.
with me. Don't play with me, does
Swear
he?
to God, he has a SoundCloud where he produces some EDM music and he does rap occasionally. Yes.
Yo,
What's it called?
How did I
I
never know
don't
this?
remember, but he tweets it out. So he had a song about Harambe when Harambe died.
Oh, rest in peace.
Yeah. So he did one
Too soon.
recently.
Too soon.
Um,
Too soon, Elon Musk.
too soon to mention Harambe, bro.
Yeah.
So yeah, Elon Musk. Not only is he's South African. I think
That's incredible.
unless I'm
Why-
wrong, a majorative. What is it clapping for?
I guess Elon Musk.
For Elon Musk?
You know
Continue.
why am I surprised that Elon Musk has a SoundCloud? There's nothing he doesn't do.
Yeah, I mean the dude's literally on like crack cocaine.
He literally built a Batmobile tank truck, and
Yeah.
he's trying to mass produce them for public use. He wants the
Yep.
human civilization to move to Mars.
I'm all for it.
He sold flamethrowers on Twitter.
Yep. And David Dobrik famously has one.
Yeah, just there's nothing this man can't do, I guess.
I wanted to ask you guys, have you guys had weird dreams during quarantine?
All the time.
Like 70% of
Honestly-
people are reporting having like vivid dreams now.
I wonder if it's just because people used to be so active
Yep.
that now that they're not, they just have so much energy.
I think that's
when
what
they
it
go
is.
to
Is
sleep.
it's because you're not out and about. You threw off your you threw off your natural rhythm, so your habits.
Sure.
But then two, you're also not
Mhm.
around as many people, so your brain is more active. I had a dream the other day that
Oh boy.
so my family is very Catholic.
Oh boy.
Okay, and we
Alright.
would have these group Catholic meetings every Friday. Now I am no longer Catholic.
Gotta love the Catholics.
I love the Catholics.
Did you go to PSR, Joe?
Yeah, well, of course. Of
I
course.
went to PSR too.
Were you raised Catholic?
I was.
Oh my
Oh, wow.
God. All right, let's test you real quick. What's your confirmation saint?
Dominic.
Damn, son. Damn. He is Catholic.
yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah, I picked the most
You
Catholic
thought he was
name out
lying?
of all of them too.
No, but I can always
You
gauge
think
if
I
they
just
were.
made that up?
No. I can always when somebody says like, "Oh, I was raised Catholic." You're either raised Catholic or your mom was raised Catholic and then kind of raised you Catholic. Like,
Okay,
So-
that's fair.
Yeah.
and so I was raised Catholic, and Tristan apparently was also raised Catholic.
Yeah, I went to Catholic school every Wednesday night
Ugh.
Man.
from what was it, first grade to eighth grade? Was
For
that when
PSR.
you got confirmed?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where'd you get? Okay, never mind. We'll talk about it after the podcast. So what I was going to say, my parents were very against anything that had the use of magic because magic was witchcraft and of the devil,
okay.
of course, right?
Yeah.
Sure.
Harry Potter specifically was not allowed.
So you
Okay.
didn't even get to watch Harry Potter.
I have
until you were,
recently.
like, in high school.
Well, I actually. So I. Fun fact: I did not watch Harry Potter or read Harry Potter until literally. I watched the first one, all the way through on Valentine's Day with
This
How
year?
romantic.
yeah, this year
Oh,
because
wow. Yeah, how romantic.
originally I wasn't allowed to, but when I told people that I hadn't seen or read them, it made them very angry, and I loved getting that reaction out of people.
Ooh,
So all throughout
I
college,
can relate to that.
oh, and it was the best. It was the best thing in the world. I made a lot of people mad, and I kept that that irritation.
At some point, you just didn't watch it just because you wanted to tell people you didn't watch it.
Yes, that was the
Yeah.
it did evolve into that, and so I hadn't been religious for a while, but I finally watched it, loved it. Well, I had a dream that instead of at these groups that we held for other Catholic families, instead of it being about religion, it was about witchcraft, and that we were all wizards and witches. And in this dream, I was Harry Potter, and I may
Oh,
have
hell
wrestled
yeah.
with Snape,
Oh yeah.
but like.
This sounds like it's leading to a very different ending. than
Yeah,
I
where is
think
this?
Oh, it was very, but like no, I'm just
What
saying
kind
like
of dream was this?
Yeah.
homoerotic for
Oh,
sure.
boy.
Like I said, I wrestled with Snake. Or it's not Snake, Snape. Jesus.
Did you tap out? Did you tap out?
Of course I didn't.
Yeah, did he put you in submission?
Tops never tap out. Come on. No, no. Still, no, like that's the crazy dreams though. Like, I would never. I could have thought. I wouldn't have thought up that scenario, like fully awake with all
Yeah, you
creative
can't.
juices flowing.
Yeah, you
No,
can't make that up.
absolutely not.
Yeah.
I honestly haven't been having a lot of dreams ever since quarantine, but there is something related to quarantine I want to mention. I drove past a Starbucks a couple weeks ago and the drive-through was packed and it made me I had a thought. I'm like, what most people, maybe not most people, but a good portion of people, right? They go to Starbucks to get their coffee
Mhm.
because they're, busy or they're going to work or something. Why do you need coffee now? What's the point? You're just gonna sit at home. What are you doing?
I am not allowed to talk against this because
Oh, are you so
Rachel almost
responsible?
every day goes to
Oh.
Starbucks, and then
Oh.
hang on, and then so if you want to know what these people are doing, she gets a coffee from Starbucks or a coffee shop that she likes by her old house, and she then drives to Target parking lot
Oh no.
and just sits there.
Oh
And she
no.
started doing it before it was like apparently I think it's becoming a trend now.
Oh, so she was the
That's
hipster
what-
of the
And she
Starbucks
saw
party
it.
trend.
She saw it on TikTok, and like while she was in a Target parking lot, and like looked around and was like, "What the fuck?" And so like yeah, I guess just like-minded people, but that's what she like. That was her getting out of the house. In order to get out of the house, she wasn't nobody was with her. She just would go to Starbucks. She would park her car in a Target parking lot,
That's
roll
I
down the
what,
windows, kick her feet up, listen to some music, and I thought it was really cool.
That's
what,
what
that's
one of my
fair.
friends. That's what one of my friends used to do pre-quarantine with Taco Bell.
Listen,
she would go to the
your
Taco
sister
Bell
isn't your
drive-thru,
friend, dude. You can't keep
and
saying
then she would.
you
Let
can't.
me fucking finish. And then she would. And then she would eat it in the parking lot in her car because she was so ashamed that she was eating Taco Bell, and she didn't want anyone to know that she was eating Taco Bell.
I was gonna say that's relatable.
I'm sorry that I just called you out, but
I was
if you're
gonna
listening.
I was gonna say that's relatable up until the shame for eating Taco Bell. I have no shame about
I
that.
have no shame.
But I think that's kind of like what everyone used to do, at least in high school. Dude, high school, that was the thing, dude. People would like gather around in like McDonald's or like a
Oh, that's
like a
happening
Dairy
again
Queen.
now.
Yeah,
Eh,
I mean,
ugh.
but honestly, so I was gonna say that's kind of fair that she would go to Starbucks and just sit at Target because it's like you're keeping your same routine,
Yeah.
but just in a different, more awkward way.
Well, yeah. I think it's just getting out of the house, getting some fresh air, and feeling like you did something.
But like
you know?
that's what
Well, why
she
don't you
probably
take your?
used to do. She
Why don't you go on
probably
a walk with your coffee? Why sit in the Target parking lot?
I guess there's like a sense of comfort for doing something that you used to
Tristan,
do.
are you trying to call out my girlfriend for not being as active as
Just
she could be
asking.
right now?
I'm just asking.
Tristan,
Let's get her on the podcast.
Tristan, why is it your girlfriend going to walk, huh?
Well, I don't have a girlfriend.
Oh, well, see, then I guess you can't. I guess you can't be critical, huh?
No,
Yeah,
that
out of the
argument's
bag
just
now.
invalid.
I'm gonna tell her you
No, your
called her
argument's
out.
just invalid.
So Tristan's sister followed Elijah and I.
Elijah's
True.
mother also follows me on Instagram.
Oh!
So
Wait, does she? Does she?
I think she does. Yeah.
What the hell?
This is off the rails.
Tristan's we created a monster.
All right,
He
let me
can't be
try and
stopped now.
bring it back on the rails. Tristan, have you had any weird dreams during quarantine at all?
Not during quarantine, but I
probably
mean,
gonna have a
I've
weird
had
dream
plenty
tonight.
of weird dreams.
Probably gonna have a weird dream tonight now that Tristan wanted to drop that bomb on my head.
Oh, you
yeah.
for sure are. By the way, it's not a dream. He's literally fucking your mom. So Tristan, share with us a crazy dream that you've had.
One I can remember was, it's so dumb. It's when I was working at Sam's Club.
Okay.
Sponsor.
Yeah, shout out Sam's Club.
Baller.
So I was working on the cash register, and the next people that came into my line were Corey and Topanga from Boy Meets World.
Hell yeah.
And
Wait, like actually?
It's a dream. It's a dream. It's a dream.
it's a dream. No.
Oh,
It's a
okay. I
dream.
thought you were telling
Yeah,
me an actual story from Sam's Club.
Corey and
Elijah,
Topanga were just in Wentzville at the Wentzville Sam's Club.
Elijah, are you cooking right now?
I am not.
Did you
no.
do? Okay. All right.
So they came to my line and they were buying a toothbrush, and Topanga was worried that the toothbrush wasn't going to work well enough. So I said, "Oh, I can try it for you to see if it works." So I opened the package and I started brushing my teeth with it at the register, and then just spit it out onto the floor. And I said, "Yeah, it works fine." And she bought the toothbrush and left.
That's good.
Oh,
That's better
wow.
than my dream.
And that's all I remember.
That is,
That's pretty great.
I think better than my dream for sure. What kind of toothbrush was it? Colgate?
It was an Oral-B electronic one.
Wow, he knows all the way down to the specific style of toothbrush
Oh,
it was.
hell
That must
yeah.
have been the most lucid dream.
Hell
You don't
yeah.
forget a dream like that.
I do.
Hell no, you don't. That's so badass. That was all the detail. And
I guess
shit.
I've never really had a lucid dream to that extent. You know, like where you can see every detail.
Well, you're just not cool.
No.
I guess so.
Do you have any fun dreams you would like to share with us, Elijah, or do you want me to?
No,
I
I'm
used to
boring.
watch a lot of Boy Meets World too, so that's when that dream happened.
I was also gonna ask that. I was like, that must have been your.
That's a
favorite
great show.
Such a good show. And Girl Meets World, honestly, hot take here. I know we said we wouldn't talk about Disney. We're gonna talk about it for a second. Girl Meets World, it's pretty good. Not gonna lie to you. It's not
Hey,
bad.
man, shout out Sabrina Carpenter.
Tristan, stop flirting.
She can come on this podcast anytime she wants.
Tristan, I told you she doesn't listen to this. He's like, I know, but she might.
But she could.
One of the days she might.
All right, I will give you, Tristan, the day that Sabrina Carpenter verifiably listens to this podcast, I'll give you $200, signed, sealed, delivered. I promise. Okay?
Whoa.
You will?
Signed, sealed, delivered.
Yeah.
Sabrina, I'm counting on you, baby. Come on.
Cute Tristan being that guy who's like commenting on
gonna-
Sabrina Carpenter, her comments until she notices me day
You're gonna read my DMs
457.
one of these days.
He's like, Sabrina, I love you. This is the 457th comment I've had. Now I know how these things start. I would like to also talk.
Tomorrow there's a restraining order in my mailbox from Sabrina Carpenter.
Listeners.
You're like, yes, she noticed me.
Listeners, comment below on either your review, which I'm gonna assume is gonna be 5 stars because it's entertaining, or YouTube comments. Let us know what weird dreams you've had during quarantine. Now I would like to segue into. I have found out that one of my guilty pleasures is watching people or reading about people fucking up horribly. I don't know if.
I think that's
What do you
universal.
mean? Like, yeah.
So Reddit has this amazing subreddit called Today I Fucked Up, or TIFU.
Oh, I've been there. That's a great play. I can lose hours in that place.
Oh yeah, that's exactly. I was up until 7:30 a.m. just reading, and I saved a couple that I would like to share with you guys. I think I have 3.
Okay, let's hear it.
I saved a few that I really liked. I have 4, I think. So we'll see how well these go. And I want your guys' opinion as we go on.
Oh.
Title. Today I fucked up by getting pulled over by a cop with my dick out.
Ooh, that's a bad look.
Right? So let's hear about this.
So
I mean,
well, before you tell us how it went down, I just want to say, like, there's no viable excuse you could give a cop in that situation.
Oh, yeah?
have you two ever felt the need to pull your dick out while you were driving on the highway?
No.
I've never
is
really
that-
felt that urge. No.
No.
Okay. Just
But I
me.
have-
Okay. So
I have I have wondered though, like imagine you live in a big city, you know, and you have to sit through hours of traffic every single day.
No.
Like I imagine, not myself, not talking about myself here. I imagine
sitting in traffic makes you want to pull your dick out.
some people
have masturbated in their car.
probably have, yeah,
Yeah,
totally.
for sure.
Especially if they have tinted windows. Oh, totally.
This guy I think is gonna shock you with his reason because it's actually, in my opinion, it's quite viable.
Okay, real quick before you start this, can't you just put your dick away?
No, and here's why.
Like,
So
what?
today I
Okay.
was on my
Yeah,
way home
why?
from a doctor's appointment with my pregnant fiance.
Oh boy.
Since I'm not allowed to go into the doctor and we didn't plan on going anywhere else, I decided to go commando since I didn't have any clean underwear.
Uh-oh.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, first
Hell yeah.
mistake. So not even
Yeah,
halfway
that's-
home, my fiance starts complaining, and by complaining I mean complaining. Her pants were too tight, her legs hurt, she's losing circulation because of her jeans, etc. So after about 30 minutes of this, I get annoyed and decide, fuck it. We aren't stopping anywhere on the way back home. I'm giving her my shorts so I can have peace. I pull over.
That's fair.
I pull my shorts off. I give them to her. It worked. She was content. So there I am, dick out, driving 80 miles an hour down a 60-mile-an-hour speed limit highway. Yeah,
So
I think you know where the story is going.
Winnie the
He's Winnie the Poohing it
he's
down the
just
highway.
Winnie the Pooh it in his car.
Hell yeah, he is. He even wrote wee
Best
woo
way to
wee
be.
woo.
Oh man.
I pulled over and proceeded to freak the fuck out. I was going 20 over and my dick is laying down on the seat. My fiance couldn't control her laughter. I was fucking terrified. I'm not sure why, but the officer came over his speaker thingy and asked me to step out of the car.
Oh,
I think it was because it was
no.
dark and my windows are tinted. I'm not sure. But this is where my heart sank to my stomach. While I'm trying to figure out what the fuck to do, I hear, "Sir, please step out of the vehicle." And I say, officer, I don't have pen. And he says, "Sir, step out of the vehicle." But sir, don't make me tell you again. At this point,
Oh,
I was getting
Just
irritated.
asking for it then.
Right.
Don't ask me why I didn't think of getting my shorts back from my fiance. I don't know why I didn't. I was panicking. I poke my head out the window and I look back. "Officer, please." And he says, "Step out of the vehicle." This is the point where I just go, fuck it, and throw my door open. I stand up and look at the officer with my dick out. I was trying to tell you I was naked. The officer just sort of looked at me for a minute, then put his face in his hands. "Okay, get back inside the vehicle." He cautiously approached my vehicle and started asking questions. The story is already long enough, so I won't add everything he asked us. We ended up getting a speeding ticket and a good ass chewing in the end. TLDR, too long didn't read. Went commando and gave pregnant fiance my shorts on the way home to stop her complaining. I get pulled over and forced to step out of the car with my dick out. Was that not the most entertaining thing you've heard all day?
Surely
Being-
was.
Being in that situation, dude, I'm not sure how, if I was the cop, how can you even give a ticket after that, dude? Like, that's just such a priceless story.
You just gotta
couldn't
act
even-
like it. You just gotta act like it doesn't happen.
Yeah, I couldn't
I
even
would've
give him a ticket. I would have just been like, you know what? Back in your car, drive away. I didn't see it.
There was surprisingly a second story last night of the exact same
man.
nature of getting pulled over with your dick out, and it was like
same
similar,
guy.
went commando, such and such type thing. No, and the cop let him go, but like was dying laughing and like reported it to his other officer who was also dying laughing.
Oh, dude, that's probably worse. That's probably worse.
Now the whole precinct knows.
Yeah, but no ticket.
Yeah, now everybody's just laughing about your penis.
So let me put it this way: have you ever had a ticket?
I have had a ticket.
If a cop said, "You can get out of this ticket, but you have to pull down your pants so I can laugh at you for a minute," would you do it?
Oh, hands down. Hands down.
Right,
dude.
it's the same shit.
Absolutely.
I'm yanking those shorts off, dude.
But it's the same thing. It's just instead of the cop like,
Degrade me all you want.
Right.
well, Tristan,
I
you like being degraded. I'm gonna sound
do.
actually now. I'm gonna sound by you saying, "Degrade me all you want."
Please. I'll make that my ringtone.
Oh no! And then I'm gonna call you when I
Ugh.
know your mom is around.
I'll make that my text tone. So like it's just
just
degrade me all you want.
constantly.
So the next fuck up. Okay.
Before you get into this one,
Okay.
have any of you guys have any stories about the funniest times you've been pulled over?
I got out of a ticket recently specifically because a cop's son wanted to go to the same college that I went to, so he stopped and asked if he could ask me questions.
How did he
That's-
know?
I have a bumper sticker on the back of my car
Oh, okay.
for the parking.
Oh,
He pulled me over and he's like, "Hey, do you know how fast you're going?" And I said, "Yes, officer. I was just accelerating because the speed limit changes here to 35." And he was like, it was like a 20 to a 35. And I just was going like 35, 40. So
Right.
using that excuse. And he goes, "Okay, why are you out so late?" And at that time, I was coming home very, very late from school because I was working on a project. So it was like I had left my house at like 9 a.m. and it was like 1 a.m. when I was getting back. And I said, "Yeah, actually, I'm headed back from school." And he goes, "I'm glad you mentioned that." And he goes, "Do you mind if I sit in the car?" And I'm like, "What the fuck?" And I go,
Dude, that would make me so uncomfortable.
right. And I was like, sure, officer. And he sits down and he's like, I apologize. He's like, because he like shut off his car and everything. He's like, my son is really wanting to go to college and I'm really nervous about the whole thing. He's like,
Dude,
can I talk to you about like, he's like, your school and everything. And he just asked me some questions as a dad concerned about his son.
that's cool.
Yeah.
But I would feel so immeasurably uncomfortable if a cop sat in my passenger seat.
I was cool with it. Like, why not?
That would make me so immeasurably
again,
uncomfortable. It's like imagine you're like in an airplane and the pilot just sits next to you. And he's like, "Hey, how's it going?"
Well, there's a co-pilot.
Well, I think it's also
The
just the fact
co-pilot
that
sits
like,
on the other side of you. And you're like, "Hey,
I think it's also just the fact that any of my
Who's flying the plane?
any of my interactions with officers has just been like, "How you doing, officer?" And he's like, "Stay in school." And I'm like, "Yeah." Like,
don't do drugs."
yeah, don't do drugs. I'm like, "What? I would never touch the reefer." Like, I look like Mitt Romney had a douchebag son that became an e-boy. So like, it's
You're
fun.
appealing to cops. Cops come to you.
So
Yeah.
this guy looks like he could be my son.
Yeah, no, the other day we were I was longboarding with a couple of friends and
Oh.
it was
Oh,
late
you're
at
cool.
night.
Okay,
Yeah.
hard ass.
Yeah.
Hard.
You just had to flex
Yeah, I
on
wasn't wearing a
everyone.
helmet
Longboard.
either. No, so I was
You weren't
just
wearing anything, were you?
no, and they I was completely naked. And this is how
No,
I got
tell me
pulled over
more.
naked. No, so we were longboarding and a cop got called on us because we were in the parking lot of a
God, you're such a rebel.
school.
Oh my
Well, we were in a
God.
parking lot of a school. All schools are closed, so we were like, this is fine.
Oh, at school.
And a security
Smoking
guard came up.
cigarettes in the parking
A
lot,
security
too?
guard came up and was like, "Hey, you guys gotta go." And we're like, "All right, cool." So we hopped in the car. We were getting ready to leave, and a cop pulls up, and the cop is like going to talk to the security guard. And I was like, "All right, well, I'm gonna handle this so that he doesn't, like follow us and pull us over and shit." So I just walked up to him, and he was like, "So what you guys out here doing today?" And I was like, "Well, longboarding." And he's like, "Is that all you're doing?" And I said, "Yep." And he was like, "Okay, this is closed, right?" And I was like, "Yes, sir." And he goes, "Well, then I'm having a hard time realizing why you're here." And I was like, "Because we wanted a longboard, and we figured since it was closed, it would be fine." And so it was fine. It was a good interaction. It was a boring story, but like, the fact that I voluntarily went up and talked to a cop, I think just shows how like little, like how either how great the cops are around my house or how like privileged I fucking am. I think it's probably both.
It's the second.
It's the
Yeah.
second.
It's the latter.
It's-
It's the latter.
I mean,
Can I go with option B?
it is funny. When I was driving in the city, I blazed past a cop. I didn't know the cop was there, and I was rushing to get back to school. I was going 60 in a 35,
Oh.
and I hit my brakes, pull up at a stop sign, and then I see the cop next to me.
Damn.
The cop looks in my car,
Big oof.
looks at me, nods his head and waves, and I go, and I was like, "Oh, he
What if
just did a
started
check."
revving
He
his
goes,
engine?
"This cop in St. Louis City just looked at me and went, 'Who is he?' Okay, not black," and then just kept like let me go, wave me on.
What if he started revving his engine? Like
He's like, "So, sounds like you got a motor on that thing. You want to put it to the test?"
like bring it on, kid.
He rolled out. He tells me to roll down my window. He goes, "You listening to country music?" I said, "Yes, sir. George Strait." And he goes, "Carry on." I say,
He
I
doesn't
don't
have a
like that
bumper
Florida
sticker on
Georgia
your
Line
car.
group. They did that song called Cruise with Ludacris. And I said, I agree. Rap music should stay out of it.
Oh,
No.
Oh fuck!
So
I had one time where I was driving to a gym to coach a middle school basketball team, and I didn't use my blinker when I transitioned lanes, and this cop turns his lights on and he starts pulling me over. I pull over and he's like, I was just pulling you over because you didn't use your signal. I apologize and all this stuff. And he goes, where are you going? And I said, I'm going to go to coach this team, this boys team basketball. And he was like, oh, really? He's like, you used to play? I was like, yeah. And he goes, oh, did you ever go to basketball camps? I was like, sure. I mean, I used to go to them all the time. And he was like, oh, did you ever go to the Umsel basketball camp? I was like, I mean, once or twice. And he threw out somebody's name. I forget the guy's name, but he's like, do you know this guy? And he said his name. And I was like, at that moment, I had this like internal battle with myself
Do you
in my
lie?
brain. I was like, I don't know him, but it sounds like he really wants me to know him. And I was like, I don't know. I'd have to see a picture. And he was like, hang on a second. He goes back to his car and he gets his cell phone out. He comes up to the window and he's like leaning inside my window and he's like, it's hang on a second. And he's like scrolling through Facebook and he's like, it's this guy. And he shows me a picture of him. Immediately I got rid of all my morality and I was like, oh shit. Yeah, I know him. and I put on the greatest acting that I've ever had to do. I knew that this is what I had to do, and I acted my ass off, and I acted like we had, we talked about basketball all the time. I acted like me and this other dude were just like such good acquaintances, right? And at the end of it, man, he was like, "Oh," he was like, "You know what? Uh, next time you see him, tell him I said hey." And I was like, "You know what? I will do that." And he let me go with a warning, no ticket, and I never regretted that decision. But I always wondered if by chance karma would just come back and bite me and give me that same cop or put me in a situation where I had to rely on
So
that
just tell him I
same
said hi.
yeah. And then all of a sudden, I run into that basketball coach he's talking about and he's with the cop. They're like, oh, you know each other. No, I don't know this guy. All of a sudden my secret's blown. No, I mean, there's a lot of situations where it's like you know what you have to do, but you don't agree with it.
Of course. It's that
And
feeling of
that's one of
it's the
those
feeling of
situations.
diarrhea filling your body.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
perfect explanation. I'm like, I shouldn't do this, but if I do it right, this will be the best outcome.
100%.
On the next Three Broke Dudes podcast, me, Joe, and Elijah longboard and smoke cigarettes in front of the 7-Eleven.
I
We wear our leather jackets and our wallet chains.
First of all, it's jean jackets. Okay.
Oh, is it jean? Is that
It's
that's the trend now?
It's jean jackets and beanies.
Oh, fuck
And you don't
yeah.
smoke cigarettes. It's bad for you. You vape or Juul.
Yeah,
Oh, you
vape.
vape.
Actually,
you
you know
gotta
how
vape.
hard it is?
My bad.
You know how hard it is for me to not vape in like a group of friends that longboard? It's very hard.
Do you not vape just because you don't want to be a longboarding vapor?
No, I smoked cigarettes and then I vaped for a while and now I have no nicotine at all. I quit with the patch.
Oh wow.
And so
Proud of you.
dude, it's so yeah, it's AIDS,
I
but that's for
remember
a different.
I remember you talking about that a couple months ago. You said it was hard.
It's very hard, and I'm nicotine clear for like 2 weeks now. But
We're proud of you, Joe.
Congratulations.
thanks,
yeah.
guys. We can talk
For
about it a
real.
different time because I don't want to talk about that. I want to probably end with one more today. I fucked up.
He's like honestly talking about it's making me want to fucking smoke
Yes,
right now. So.
absolutely, dude.
It's like, I could really go for a fucking cigarette.
Ugh.
Just keep talking about cigarettes.
You know what I want? Yeah, now that we're talking about it, you know what I want? So bad.
What do you
Dude,
want?
there's
Krispy
nothing. There's no more serotonin in the entire world produced by your body. Literally, the most it can produce is if you eat a steak or a burger, and then follow it with whiskey or scotch, and then follow that with a cigarette or cigar. There
Great, you
is.
just pissed off all the vegans that listen to our podcast.
I do not care, dude. It is so much serotonin to do it in that order, and it's bonus points if it's a fall day and you're sitting next to a fire.
Sounds like I'd be
wow.
on the toilet.
Oh no! Dude, I literally can't tell you. That's my happy place. When I think about a happy place, that's my happy place, dude.
Do you
Man,
need,
so now
do you
Joe's
need a minute,
missing.
Joe? Do you need a break, Joe?
Dude.
Yeah.
You sound...
You clean yourself up before we continue.
Yeah. All right, so guys, we're back from the break. Act like there's a cut. So I want to ask you guys before I say this, before I tell you about this person's fuck up from the user Rudy1214.
What's up, Rudy?
1214. Shout out to Rudy 1214.
Shout out Whole Foods.
What?
Have you guys ever?
He's trying to make amends with the vegans by
Have-
shouting
Oh
out
yeah,
Whole
yeah,
Foods.
yeah.
Have you guys ever? I know that's just a location I meet up with my longboard friends.
No.
Have you guys ever been on dating apps at any point in your life?
Not really, no.
All right, now
I was
Hannah's
on a
not
date-
listening, so go ahead, Elijah. Have you ever been on dating apps?
I've not really, no.
Okay.
Back in high school, I downloaded Tinder when it was like the big thing, when it just came out and everyone had it.
Right.
And probably after an hour, I was like, this is pointless. And I gave that up.
And then Tristan, are you a Tinder champ or are you a Bumble guy?
I was on Tinder for about 15 minutes.
Oh, I
And then I
thought he was-
deleted it.
I thought he was gonna drop a bomb on me, be like, for about 15 months, I was an avid Tinder
No.
user.
Okay, then have you guys ever had awkward conversations during the talking stage of perhaps a new and budding relationship?
Of course.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you
okay.
even
I think
know me,
everyone
Joe?
has.
Yeah, everything for you, You're still doing that to me.
Yeah, this is more of a Tristan's topic. I'm not really awkward. You can just
Yeah, he's
go
like,
ahead and
oh,
ask me what
I
you
think you're
want."
talking to people like Tristan. Okay. You know, receding hairline, short.
Oh,
Okay,
God.
You
first
get
of
it.
all, my hairline's not receding. Ladies that are listening to this podcast.
How tall are you,
It's
Tristan?
fine. It's fine.
Tristan, how tall are you?
Don't
I'm
worry, he's
6
taller
foot
than me.
4.
You're not
he's
6
taller
foot
than
4.
me.
How tall are you, Tristan?
I'm 6'4", 284 pounds of muscle.
Aren't you?
Yeah, we covered it. We covered it in the last podcast. He's much taller than me. I'm
For sure.
4'11".
He doesn't look like the son of the chef, the classic chef that you see on like the front of a pizza box. He doesn't look
Oh.
like that
What are
person's
you
son.
implying, Joe? What are you implying there?
Nothing. So,
This is the Emo's Pizza Box.
so
guy.
Rudy1214 said.
Emo's Pizza sucks, by the way.
Whoa!
I'm with you though. You won't hear disagreement from me. Okay, so and for our French listeners, Emo's Pizza is just garbage pizza with provolone cheese. So or Provel cheese.
God.
Just ignore it.
Provel cheese. It's a cracker. and they
Oh,
put
because
Provel
by the
cheese
way, listeners, we
Ugh.
have 4 downloads in France. So to our French listeners, we just want to say
Yep.
what bonjour.
on it. Bonjour.
Thanks. We just lost all 4 of our French
We love you.
listeners.
We love you in France.
All right, guys, I got
Yeah,
it.
we're a French company now.
Oui petit fromage.
Oh,
Okay,
jeez.
that's enough.
I just said
Yeah.
the small cheese.
Well, Joe, this is getting scary.
All right.
Yeah,
I thought I was talking to a French person.
All right. So here's Rudy's story. Ready? So in these Corona times, I'm bored out of my mind, so I downloaded a dating app. I find a girl I'm really into, and we connect on many things. She loves Star Wars, some games, and she even likes football, although she completely chose the wrong team to support. Anyhow, I'm a bit wary. She might be a catfish, because she's hot as hell. At least a 10,
Ooh.
maybe more.
She's most definitely a catfish.
She's most definitely a Lions fan. While I'm a 5 on my best days, there are a lot of catfish on the site, so I ask her for a picture. She's understanding and we exchange some pics. Nothing special. On one of the pics, I spot a prosthetic leg. Well, shit, she's probably a bit insecure about the whole thing, so I decide I must tell her I noticed, but I don't care about it. Yeah, I think most of you think I'm an idiot already, but don't put the popcorn away. Just yet, it's about to get worse. I haven't
I haven't
mentioned
even started
God.
popping.
I haven't mentioned the prosthetic yet, but I'm looking for an opportunity. First of all, I want a side note. Looking for an opportunity, like
That's
you're,
a terrible opportunity. To look
you're
like.
never gonna get an
Yeah.
opportunity to mention a prosthetic leg. Anyway,
Nope.
Hey,
Never.
isn't it nice having both my legs?
so how's having both your legs? Oh wait, I noticed you don't. So like,
Do you,
okay.
do you like to run?
I do a lot of walking
I
on my
love-
legs that I have.
Which leg is
I
your favorite? Your
love
right or
to
your
run.
left? All right, so then we're just throwing cheesy pickup lines at each other, as it is something we've been doing for a couple of days now. I ask if she's ever been jailed for stealing hearts. She responds to that with, "Do you think I'm a thief?" To which I respond, "I was thinking more about a pirate."
Oh no!
Oh boy.
I haven't had a response in 10 minutes.
Oh boy.
He did update later and say it might actually be fine. She got the joke and planned to get back at me by not responding for a while. I think I like her a bit more. But dude, how fucking stupid do you have to be to just... Not stupid. I guess not stupid. I guess we all make these, like... We all say stupid shit when we're in that flirting stage. You know, like we all fumble a little bit.
I don't know if I've ever fumbled that bad.
But yeah,
though. Like,
it's
that's
just-
a-
Pirate, dude. You could have chosen, and you could have said ninja. Ninja would have almost made more sense.
You literally could have just asked her if she had one leg, and that would be better than calling her a pirate.
This is how I acknowledge it. She sends me a photo. I go, "Oh, is that a prosthetic leg?" And she goes, "Yes, it is." And I go, "May I ask how that happened?" She shares a personal story, and you go, "That's very cool. I just want to let you know, I think that's really awesome. And if I can ever, if you need someone to talk to about any struggles you have, just something like that as a genuine person, just being like,
Anything along
I
those
acknowledge
lines would
this
be
and I
better
validate
than calling
you.
her a pirate.
But dude, calling someone a pirate. Oh, okay.
Just like, hey there. He's just like, hey there, Patchy. How you doing?
First thing he says.
Hey there, Blackbeard.
My God. Okay. So I have a couple more. They're a little lengthy though, and in my opinion, they don't meet the par of funny. Plus, I mean, we're hitting just about 40 minutes. Do you guys have anything you want to add or any topics you want to touch on?
My topic was the Elon Musk, so that was fun. I'm good.
The 2 minute. Did you know Elon Musk was South African, but he's not
I-
black?
I.
So prosthetic legs.
So pirates, right?
Let us know next time, guys, if you want us to have a podcast where we talk to Elijah after he's done some arts and craft.
Yeah, some arts and crafts.
Yeah. When he's a little up there.
Yeah, with my construction paper.
Yeah.
Some good construction paper.
Tristan and I could talk to him
Top
about,
of the line.
We could grill him a little bit or talk to him about existential crisis. We'll throw him into an existential crisis, or just give him
boy.
mind-blowing facts like Elijah, did you
Shower
know that after you die, you typically recall all of your memories for about 4 seconds? So
What?
Sounds
how
like a-
do you know that you're not just dying right now and remembering that this is happening right now?
That would suck because that means I remembered all the worst moments of my life.
This is one
Yeah,
of the
who
worst
wants to do
moments of your
that?
life. Okay.
Yeah, that sounds
All right.
shitty.
All right.
I mean,
whatever.
not saying
You're
right
shitty.
now is one of the worst.
No, that's
moments,
what
but
you
I'm
said. You're
saying
shitty.
it.
All right. All right.
Imagine dying and you recall that one moment where you were taking a shit on a Monday.
I'd be fine with that.
And you remember that moment.
That's one of
I
my
take a
favorite
shit
memories.
every Monday.
Yeah, every Monday. If my Monday shits are on my deathbed memories, I'm gonna be pissed. What are
Imagine
memories
when you
even
die.
for?
Imagine when you die, you remember the time you peed your bed until you were 21. I mean, 8.
Whoa.
All right, ladies, you heard he's 6'4", not a receding hairline, and definitely
6'4" bedwetter.
definitely didn't piss his bed until he was 21.
No, did not.
Tristan, we tend to end with, some advice for the listeners that you give them. Do you have anything to sign them out on?
No, I've got nothing today.
Come up with something.
Come on, yeah.
Stay frosty.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Just end it.